Hey there everybody on Patreon. Carl Jones and Aaron Marshall here, and going to do the guitar backup for one of Aaron's great fiddle tunes, as she has a knack of making, Turkey Scratch, a great tune in A, 3 parts, and we'll play it through a couple times and to get in the feel of things, and then I'll break down each part and we'll have a lot of fun, maybe throw an exercise, we got to do that. So here we go, the key of A, Turkey Scratch.
Tune I wrote for Melinda and Jean Grant for Jean's birthday.
All right. Thank you, Aaron. That's a great tune and great fiddling.
All right, have fun, guitar pickers.
Oh boy, we look forward to digging in a little bit. That's wonderful. So Turkey Scratch is something that turkey likes to do, I think. I hadn't seen a lot of turkeys lately, but there's a bunch around these parts in Galax, Virginia.
Wild.
Yeah, wild ones. So what I think we'll do, just a 3-part tune. And it has some nice opportunities, especially in that third part where it kind of changes fast, to use some smaller chords, which I've tried to get to people to do a lot. Think smaller, and you get a lot more variety in your sounds. Of course, 2-string chords and 3-string chords. So we'll use some 3-string chords there. But before we even start on the backup, let's just do one little exercise. We'll go ahead and get that going. Let's just play a little 2-string chord on the first 2 strings, a bar. It could be a bar, or anyway, it's the 3rd fret on the first 2 strings. And let's just pick a G sound there. The 3rd string bass and that little root top sound. Now let's go to the D chord, the bottom half of D chord, and pick the 4th string bass. So it's the 3rd fret. Just kind of hear that drony sound, and then I'm on a bar, the 2nd fret on the 3rd and 4th string, get the 5th string A open. So I do a lot of that, just kind of 2-string strums, and the same thing for the low string open, bar 5 and 4, 2nd fret, and open 6th string. So hear that nice, you get a nice clear, kind of a dark sound. So I'm going to do that one more time. 3rd string G, bar, straight across on the first 2 strings. Then I'm going to keep that D note, but then when you change the 2nd, 3rd string, because of the tuning difference, that same drony sound is a fret staggered. So that's a D root top. And then you go back to that straight shape for the rest of them. A, bar and 4 and 3, then E, bar and 4 and 5. One more time. So being in the key of A, one thing you could think about, you would have an A chord. You could do a little, that sound there for A, D, back to A, and E. But in this case, we have a G chord. So let's just look at the first part. So the chord structure, which I'll send, put in as a PDF of some of the exercise, some of the backup tab, and also just an exercise in there too. So A chord starts out with A. I'm just doing 5 and 4, a D chord, and I'm going to do a thumb hook. A, 5, 5 and 4, and a G chord, 6, maybe 5. That's the basic thing without walks at first. A, D. Now here we get to do a nice chord. See, it has a nice F sharp minor chord crops up, which is not in every regular old fiddle tune, but we're going to walk up on the 4th string, 2, 3, 4, and that becomes the root. And let's think of one other thing, a minor triad on the first 3 strings. We have a nice drony sound there, and that 3rd string makes it minor. So if you borrow the first 3 strings on a standard tuned guitar, you've got a root top minor, what they call a triad, 3-note chord. And we're going to put that F sharp in the bass. And from there we're going to go to a major shape. So just think about that minor shape's a bar. The major shape has a stagger there, you know, straight, 3, 3, and 4. So here's what I'm going to do with that little part. I'm going to walk up 2, 3, get that F sharp minor, and maybe 4 and 3, and then I'm going to go to the G major, and then I'm going to pick up on that 4th string to get a little movement there. And we're back. That's halfway through the first part. So let me do that much here for you. So remember, it's do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So A, 1, 2, here's the A, 4 beats, D chord. I'm going to do a thumb hook, back to A, and a G chord. Just the low basses, 5, 6, and 5 maybe, back to A. You can throw a walk in there, of course. Here's the D. We're going to walk up that 4th string right here. 2, 3, F sharp minor, 4 and 3, G. 4 and open up on the 4. Starting over. That's halfway through. First part of Turkey Scratch. Thumb hook. A, G. And you can do some walks. You know, get a little movement in there. A to the D. We're walking up that 4th string. F sharp minor, G chord. And you can always dance across to get a bass that way. If you didn't want to pick up the string, same note. That's the first part. Let's do it one more time. So Turkey Scratch, 1, 2, here we go. And repeat. In there. Minor G. And then we're going to go, the second part starts on the 4 chord with the D chord, which is nice. Each part has a nice distinction there. So this goes to the D chord and hangs there a while. And I'm just going to, again, I'm not doing much walking for a second. We'll throw a walk in the second part. And it's nice to mix up, you know, try a little different technique on each part maybe. So the second part out of a 3-part tune starts on the D chord. And I do the thumb hook back to A. And here it's going to have an A to a D. And I think that's a good place for a walk, I think. So I'm going to go back, say the start, the second part, D, thumb hook, A. Let's try a long walk to D. So let's do this, getting a little walk in there. So the second part starts with the D. 1, 2, here's the D, thumb hook, A. Stay there, 5, 4 now, the long bass walk, open, 2, 3, change to the D string. And then we get a little quicker change, D, A, and we'll walk to the G. And you get to a nice turnaround, G to E. A, that's halfway through the second part. It's pretty fun. So D, thumb hook, A. Stay there for a moment, now long walk to D. 5th string, 4th string, D. Got the quick D to A, D to A, walk to G maybe, and you got G to E. Second part of Turkey Scratch again. Here we go, second part. Long walk. You can add a little bounce in there, and now the quick D to A. Da 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 da. One more time on the second part. So it's D. Stay there, thumb hook. Some kind of walk there, a long walk to D. third part's really fun because it's a quick change from D to A, longer D to A. So it can throw you off at first, but it's pretty fun and not so hard. We'll do it just in the regular open, low position. Then we'll try it up in a triad there, and you could actually do it up. Practice your three string chords on the first 3 strings with a drone. Right now though, it starts with D and A twice, and then longer on the D, and I always like a thumb hook. A, D, A, and you're back to that sort of same thing, right? We might try a little different finish on that. So the third part, D to A, da, 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 longer D, back to A. You have the D to A, and the G. And then here we might try something like this. Let me try a little sneaky walk that way. Third part, D, A, D, A. Thumb hook maybe. So that would work, kind of a sneaky walk. And remember, you can always double up on, got enough time. Sometimes it depends on how fast the fiddler's playing. You might not have enough time. If they're playing at kind of a medium tempo, you can kind of double up on any basic bass walk, of 3 notes. You can double up on any one of those 3 notes and get different movement there, syncopations or bounce, or you can do a slower or faster. So many variables. It's hard to keep up with what you want to do. Just kind of let your guitar lead the way. You've heard of lead guitar. Maybe that's what that means. Let's go now. So on that third part, let's go back and try, instead of the D down here, let's move up to what I call an A position. If you did an A down here, it'd be 2, 2, and open on the first 3 strings. So we'll take that up here to 7, 7, 5, and we'll use the 4th string as a drone. That's our D chord. And we'll go right to that bar that we were talking about, that drony bar, 5 and 5, and get in the 6th fret, and keep that D drone. So it'd be like twice. Just try that a few times. That's a D to an A with a drone. A pedal tone, you might call it. Beautiful. Oh. So practice that, right? So here we go. We may have a show and tell here in a moment. We'll see. Well, I guess we could bring us in just a moment. We'll show you a surprise here. Get Aaron to come maybe model something in a moment. So the third part, I've got the D triad up on the 7, 7, 5, and the A shape, right? There's an F chord shape, right? But it's really an A chord, right? So D to A twice, quick. Then you want to stay in D longer and back to A. And you might want to scoot on back down to the regular A, or go to your full 4-finger, bar with the 4th string. Then I kind of get back down to the regular shapes there. D, A to the G, and you can still go G to E on any of those parts. So I'll do that again. D with the drone. Stay there, back to A. And you can do that while we... Also, one other option there before I get carried away. Now I'll just play all 3 parts one more time before we wind up. Just up on the F shape, bar 10, that drony D with the 11th fret and the drone tone there. And a D shape. Stay there. And you can always use the 5th string. Try this one time. 4th string and the 5th string bass jumping over. You can do that too. But I kind of like the pedal tone really better. That drone, a little more mysterious. Stay in D and A. And you can shift down. So you start to have some options. So that twice, quicker, stay on D, back to A, and regular D, A. So here's all 3 parts kind of slow there, medium what we're doing here. Starts on D, back it's a great tune to back up. A lot of fun. You got to kind of keep in mind where you are, which is probably true about anything we're doing these days. And we're at home a lot. We'll get Erin to come in here. She might have a fashion item she can model for us here. Let's
Your
see.
hats.
Well, we have we had Diddyville hats a long time ago. We just got some back. I'm actually wearing one. It's a nice logo I came up with many years ago, and we have Carolina blue with white, very beautiful. And we have we have blue with kind of a goldish yellow.
We've been out of these for a long time.
We just
and
got
we had
to order
people
in.
that were always saying, my hat wore out.
We have maroon with
You
a
need to get
khaki.
more.
And khaki with maroon.
So they'll soon be on Diddyville.com
Yeah,
if
we'll
anybody
put a few of these up. They go pretty
a new
fast.
baseball cap.
They go fast, but if you want a cap, this has been a great logo, and
Yeah, I really like the beige. And,
they're all nice. So we have four choices. I'll
Yeah.
learn to count one day, but thank you, Erin.
and thanks for learning Turkey Scratch.
Yeah, I think we're all going to be playing that for long, and just experiment with your guitar. Play those smaller strums and see what you think there. I hope you'll enjoy that, and just keep on picking music every day, and I think we all benefit from that. So take care.